What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry that it's been a week or so since I posted a video, but not only did my computer get hijacked by Tommy, he decided it was funny to change my password and not tell me. So I haven't been able to get into YouTube till now. Right, Tommy? Don't don't play coy. You know you did it. I totally did. It's not that funny. It totally is. It's really not because now I haven't been able to post any videos. I know. Okay, well, it's not really that funny. I needed, to make some videos to help kids learn how to do math, just like you. Oh, yeah, that is true. Okay, you got me there. But, it was really, really funny. It was a little bit funny. I agree with that. A little bit funny. Let's not change my password anymore, all right? Deal? Deal. Deal, deal, deal. All right, so we're here to learn a little bit more math, Tommy. Oh, good. Okay. What are we going to learn today? Today, we're going to a little bit going more into scales. Oh, yeah, scales with unit rates. Exactly, with unit rates. We're going to look more into scales, but when it comes to area. Area? What do you mean by area? Oh, good question. So why don't we start there, Tommy? So when we talk about area, we're talking about like a room or something along those lines. We want to know the size of the room. For example, this section right here, right? Inside there, that's the Great Hall of this building. That right there is area, and that's what that's talking about. It wants to know what is the size in there. For example, when they call it square area, if you can notice, if you look close, okay, I see it looking close. Okay, you don't really have to get that close, but can you see it? Yeah. Okay, so there are little squares right here. You see those? I didn't trace them because they're really tough to trace, but they're little squares right there. You see those? Yeah, I see them. Okay, so area is how many little squares fit inside of any given section. So if I did something like this and I made a rectangle, I know, don't say anything. It's really, really bad. It's not really that bad. It's okay. So, and I told you this guy right here was 4 feet, and this guy right here was 10 feet, right? And I wanted to know, hey, what's the area inside of that? That's not 4 feet at all. I know it's not 4 feet exactly. Bear with me. Oh, it's like a scale. It's like a scale. So 4 feet, right? That's basically saying that if I were to draw lines here and split this up so that there are 4 sections there. You see that? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Yeah. And then this one, I were to split it by 10. Oh, man, that's tricky. I can do it. We're good. It's not very straight, but that's okay. Oh my goodness, is it taking forever? It's fine, relax, I can do this. Done? I'm done. Look, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sections there, right? So area is about finding all the little squares inside of this. So if I were to count all of those, there'd be 40 of them. How did you know it was 40? Just like that, how did you know? Well, that's good. It's a good question. Because area is always the length times the width. Okay? So I already knew that I had the length of 10 and the width of 4. So 10 times 4 is 40. So that's equal to 40, what they would call feet squared, right? Meaning how many little squares actually go in there. Oh, I see. Okay. This is really helpful when it comes to things, Tommy, like having to put carpet in a room or having to paint walls and know how much you have, things like that. Or in this case, if you're a museum and you have plans and you want to know, hey, what's the area of this place so I can fit a dinosaur inside, or if I can put the tile in the room or something on those lines. Oh, okay, I see. So the problem is the actual size of the building isn't 1 3/4 inch and 3/4 inches. That would be a really, really small building. I couldn't live there either. You couldn't live there either. That would be really small. It's like the size for ants, huh? Yeah, ants. That's good. Yeah. Anyway, so we have here a scale, though, where it's 20 yards to 1 inch. Didn't mean to cross that off. Whoops. Oopsie. 20 yards to 1 inch is my scale. So I'm going to write down my scale. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to write 20 yards over 1 inch. Okay, I'm writing that in unit rate form, right? It's a unit rate because one of the numbers is 1. Exactly. One of the numbers is 1. Thank you for interrupting me. So, with that in mind, I need to figure out the area of this guy right here, right? This section. But how would I do that? The first step, Tommy, when it comes to scales and area, okay, step 1 here. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay. Step 1 is to change the side lengths.
What do you mean?
Well, since these are in inches, I don't want them in inches because I want to know the actual area of the building. I want to find them in yards.
Oh, like our scale.
Like our scale, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a ratio here with the scale using my unit rate or the actual scale it gave me. And I'm going to put, I want to know what this is in yards. I don't know this, so I'm going to put an X here.
X. Why an X?
Well, an X because X is the math term for an unknown. So it's kind of like pirate's treasure. X marks the spot. That's what we need to find. Similar to that, but it really doesn't come from that. X is actually nobody really knows where it comes from. It's kind of an ancient thing, and X is just this representation of the unknown.
Oh, okay.
So the other, we want to start with this side length right here. This is 1 3/4 inches. Okay. With that in mind, Tommy, we have to now convert this using this unit rate. We have to convert our inches into yards using our scale. First thing we should do is we should convert this guy into an improper fraction.
Oh, yeah, I remember how to do that.
I remember too. I'll post, guys, the video link to how to do that shortly. But we're going to turn that into 7/4, right? 4 times 1 plus 3 over 4. So that's 7/4. So I now have 20 over 1 is equal to 7 over 4, like that. Okay? So my first thing I want to look at, how do I get from 1 to 7/4?
Well, you have to multiply.
Exactly. You have to multiply. You have to multiply by 7/4 because anything times 1 is just itself, right? So to go from here, 1 times 7/4 is equal to 7/4. You with me so far, Tommy?
Yeah.
But what I do to the top, or what I do to the denominator, I have to also do to the numerator.
Yeah, that's right. So you multiply that by 7/4 too.
Exactly. So I'm going to multiply that by 7/4 too. It's going to look something like this.
Wait, how do you do that?
Well, you got to turn this back into a 20 over 1, right? Because that's how 20 is written as a fraction. That's how any whole number is written as a fraction. You just put it over 1.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. And then with multiplication of fractions, which I can post a link to another video, is just multiply straight across. So 20 times 7 is 140, and 1 times 4 is
4, 4.
exactly, it's 4. Thank you for being ridiculous. So now I need to do a little bit of division, right? So that's the one that goes on the inside.
Yeah, no.
Okay, whatever. And so then I'm going to decide how many times 4 goes into 140, which it goes in 4 times 3 is 12. That's as close as I can get to 14. Subtract that, you get 2. All right, now what do?
Bring down the 0.
Bring down the 0, good. And I want to see how close 4 times what number gives me 20 without going over?
5.
Exactly, 5. Okay, and that's perfect. So it goes in exactly 35 times. So the length of this actual side in yards is 35 yards. You with me so far?
Yeah.
So we would end up doing that same thing. We'll do that real quick. Using our scale, the difference is we're not going to use 1 3/4. We're going to use 3/4. I'll keep that up just for reference later, okay?
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do 20 yards and 1 inch and 3/4 and X. You with me so far?
Yeah.
So how do I get from 1 to 3/4?
You multiply by 3/4.
Exactly, multiply by 3/4. Okay. And what I do to the denominator, I also do to the
numerator.
Exactly, the numerator. Why do you get so excited?
I just love math so much. When I get it, when I understand, I love it. When I understand, I love it.
Well, you should love it even when you don't understand, because if you keep working hard, eventually you'll get it. So you multiply that by 3/4 as well. So 20 over 1, right? Because you put whole numbers over 1, times 3/4, and you just multiply across. So 20 times 3 is 60 over 4. Okay, and 60 divided by 4 is 15. So you get 15 yards. So now you have the actual numbers. So it wants to know the actual yards. To find the area of a rectangle, you just multiply length times width. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Okay, so our step 1 was to change the side lengths. Right, now step 2, when we're finding area, is length times width. Not that hard, right?
No, not really, not at all.
So now I'm going to do 35 times 15, which most of you, I think, can do. But we'll do just in case. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry my 2. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 2 is 17. Now I'm moving from the ones place, Tommy, into the tens place. So I need to put a placeholder 0.
Yeah.
So 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. To add those together, and I'm going to get 525 square yards. Okay, and it's really important that you put yards squared like that, Tommy, because again, we're talking area, how many squares are in there. You with me? You follow me? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so what you're saying, with scales and area, I have to first change the side lengths using the unit rate, and then multiply.
Exactly, then multiply. Does that make a lot of sense?
Yeah, it does.
Hopefully it makes sense to you guys. If it doesn't, comment below. If you have some questions, we're happy to help you out. I'll post some links to multiplying and dividing fractions if you guys need some help. Otherwise, we'll see you next time, right, Tommy?
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't hijack my computer again.
Oh.
What? Let go of my finger. Let go.
Oh,
Okay, just let go of my finger so I can turn the video off.
okay. See you guys. I hope you enjoyed the math. Ha, ha, ha.